Part 1 of 5. I hate my body, not all of it, just one part really. They say to be proud of stretch marks. They say that they signify the strength that it takes the body to grow and house other humans. They say to be thankful for the babies who made it to the full term and came out healthy. That the loose skin is just a sign of the fullness that life became when our children arrived, both at 42 weeks. But I have an unhealthy obsession with the stretch mark-ridden loose skin that hangs over my hard-earned six-pack. I wake up each morning and it's the first thing I see when I take off my pajamas. I poke and prod and lift and pull at it, admiring the strong, hard abs underneath and then hiding it under my clothes. After my workouts, while getting in the shower, I examine that hanging skin that sags more and more by the minute. I look at it from all angles, despising it, angry that 9 years of hard work has not improved my self-image when naked. Everyone wants to look good naked, right? We recently moved to Florida and I realized I needed more swimwear. Strangely, while I'm in the best shape of my life, I've reverted back to hiding my figure these days with tankinis and one-piece suits. The more I get in shape, the more my skin loose hangs. In the gym, I exude confidence. On the golf course, I exude confidence. In a dress with my hair done up, I exude confidence. But at the end of the day, when I take off my clothes, the feelings of utter disgust return. I've been at my leanest, my strongest, and walked the stage in an itty-bitty, teeny-weeny competition bikini. But no matter how clean I eat, no matter how heavy I lift, there seems to be a limit to how much control I have over the once massive home to my children. Now deflated belly. 9.5 years postpartum, I'm ready to do something about this. I just hope I'm not disappointed by my decision. Part 2. It was the most incredible 60-day transformation I had ever achieved, and by the time I set foot on stage, I felt embarrassed, insecure, and angry. Why do some women bounce back from pregnancy unscathed? Why did my body get marred? Why did my skin fall down an hour into every day? I had done one bikini competition 2 years prior in 2017. I'd gotten down to my leanest body ever just 2 years into my fitness journey. I was teaching fitness classes daily and training for the big show. I had a coach helping me with macros, nutrition, and ate clean about 90% of the time. I was ripped and skinny, and I saw that my body was capable of great things with hard work. That's all I really needed to know. The next year, I wasn't interested in doing another competition. I actually didn't like being on stage. I didn't like being judged against other women and walking in 4-inch heels. It was super awkward anyways. It was the process I loved, so I continued to lift weights, try new modalities of exercise, build my own programs and clientele, and get more and more fit. I started doing Spartan races instead of bikini competitions, and my body continued to change and achieve new things. In 2019, out of the desire to do something with my best friend at the time, really to push her out of her comfort zone and have a common push for our fitness, I convinced her to sign up with me for another bikini competition. Truthfully, in our time together, we did a lot of pizza eating and wine drinking, so we needed some nutrition accountability as well, and that's what the competition prep did for us. Every morning, she sent me a selfie and I added it to mine in a collage, which I sent back. 60 days later, we had the most amazing transformation story. We headed up to Indianapolis for the competition. Peak week is what you call the final days leading up to competition. Practicing your awkward walk in heels, drinking 2 gallons of water some days, and then depleting down to just a few sips of water on competition day. You prep and pack your carbs and protein and stay loyal to the process. It's actually a neat process, and I never felt hungry or deprived in the 60-day transformation. We actually even snuck in some wine in the couple days before walking the stage because it was free during the hotel happy hour, and who's going to say no to free wine? On competition day, I woke up and felt my best. Honestly, in the 2 years between shows, my body composition had gone through a major change. I knew my days of feeling skinny ripped were over because now I was strong ripped, powerful ripped, and that morning confident ripped. My friend and I went and got our spray tan on and went about our day. The competition was not until 5 o'clock in the evening, which concerned me. I knew my post-baby body and knew that no matter how hard I had worked, gravity would always take over and my confidence would fall apart as my loose skin started to droop and wrinkle. By the time the show lineup came, I was ashamed of my body and embarrassed to be walking around in a bikini. I put on a smile to hide my pain and lined up with the rest. I just wanted to walk across that stage quickly, knowing I wasn't anywhere near the top 10 with my marred belly, and hide in the crowd. At least when it was over, I knew it was over, that no one would remember or really care. And then I decided at that time I would never set my 4-inch heels on stage again. When I got home from Indianapolis, I was happy to be back with my family, trying to erase the memories of my pain on stage. But then I saw them, plastered on the competition website, the pictures of my stage walk. From the side I looked great, but then after was this frontal shot of my belly. I vowed to myself to never share this picture. It made me sad. It made me cry. But as I've shared my journey over the years, sharing the victories and successes of myself and my clients in order to teach, connect, and benefit others in so many ways, I knew that sharing the failures and the lessons that follow and being open about my insecurities was incredibly important too. So here goes. It's time to spill the beans. Part 3. Take your clothes off, he said. I stood there nervous, self-conscious. He stared as I awkwardly stripped down until I was completely naked. You see, this isn't the first time I've explored the options for fixing my postpartum stretched out belly. I saw that doctor in 2014. I was 2 years postpartum and 6 years post-terrifying 12-foot ladder fall and spinal injury. My body was something I loathed, and on so many occasions, like getting ready for work daily, I would change my outfit 3 to 5 times because everything showed off my back fat and muffin top. I felt alone as ever, exhausted and confused by all of the diet fads that never seemed to work for me. I wanted to be one of the skinny girls. I was a VP of finance at the time. Because of my back pain, I was limited, or so I thought, in my exercise ability. I also felt I was limited on time as a working mother with zero energy left for herself. I went to the gym at lunchtime to do a quick yoga class and got distracted by the Medi Spa on my way. Something made me go inside that day to unveil the mystery of what kinds of procedures were performed in such a place. After his look over, the doctor announced, "I'm going to suck out all of the fat from your middle here and inject it into your deflated breasts, making them beautiful and lifted. And then I'm going to laser up this loose mommy skin nice and tight. You'll be a 10. To be honest, it was the first time in my life that I ever took the easy way out of anything, and the last. My surgery did not go as smoothly as the doctor expected. I was expecting to come out like a Barbie, but instead of a 10, I looked like a messed up 4. He tried a revision, but that was unsuccessful too. Pockets of fat and loose skin, he said it might correct itself in time, but I was dealing with overwhelm and major regret. In addition, I developed medical complications that required thousands of dollars worth of specialist visits, diagnostic tests, and a ton of embarrassment. In the end, I was no better off after my surgery. I felt worse about myself than ever. I suffered with guilt and regret. I was feeling alone and still didn't have a long-term solution for fitness and nutrition that would help me get to my goals and feel good about myself. If I only knew then what I know now about weight loss and toning and getting and maintaining the physique I always wanted, and in fact, the physique that I never even thought was possible for me. 8 years later, I'm now a fitness professional. I have gone the distance in my fitness and reached the pinnacle of my own physique transformation. I realized that fat can be controlled, muscle can be built and sculpted, but skin is a biatch that does what it wants and can only be corrected with one fix. Part 4. I'm going under the knife and I'm scared AF. I'm afraid of needles, knives, pain, blood, pain, needles, anything having to do with surgery, like not being in control. I even pushed out my 2 children naturally, not even an IV in my arm, because the thought of needles at the time seemed worse than shoving a child out a way too small opening in my body. You get the point. But I know it's either live each day hating my droopy, wrinkly belly or just getting it fixed. I needed to have that surgery for the breast cyst removal too, so I started researching doctors in Palm Beach County who could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I made 3 appointments and sat with 3 very different doctors, learning more about the procedure for skin removal, different techniques, philosophies on recovery, options for muscle and hernia repair. Apparently I have an umbilical hernia. Types and location of scars. The quotes ranged widely in price. I joined a few Mommy Makeover Surgery Facebook groups and scoured YouTube for information that would help me make decisions, know what questions to ask, know what I did and didn't want in my surgery. My husband Jay met the doctor this time and I booked it. Lower abdominoplasty and cyst removal from the breast. Down payment made, 2 birds, 1 stone. Instantly I was afraid I had commit to something I'd regret again. Jay was worried that I would be unhappy still after surgery again. In the last couple of months, I've struggled feeling alone, like I was hiding something, but really I didn't know how to come out and say it until I started story writing. I've become even more obsessed with the skin hanging over my 6-pack. It's strange to know you have a weird obsession that makes you feel so abnormal, but I have connected with many women who've had the surgery, some who had it with the same doctor that I chose, and some women who are having the same surgery on the same day as me in other areas of the country. We call ourselves surgery sisters. It's nice to not be alone. The feelings, the obsession, it's actually more common than you think. I know there are a lot of questions: when, where, recovery time, pain, scarring, working out, my business, all things I'm stressed about, thinking about, planning for, and at peace with. Part 5. I'm finally not completely embarrassed to say that on November 28th, I am getting a tummy tuck and breast cyst excision. I wasn't sure at first if I would feel judged as a personal trainer or, more importantly, like an imposter of some sort. Here's what changed my perspective in the last couple months. In joining a few Facebook communities for moms interested in, scheduled for, and recovering from various surgeries, I've learned a few key things. Number 1, hard work and dedication to good fitness and nutrition will always be the key to a strong, healthy, and toned body. Surgery is no substitute. Number 2, be at your best physically, nutritionally, and mentally going into any surgery for best recovery. Number 3, surround yourself with positivity. And number 4, just because we are moms used to taking care of others, it is okay to take care of you and to be cared for when you need it. So how does this all work? What is the prep like? What is recovery like? I've decided to start a video log. Anyone else hate the word vlog? For the last 7 years, I've shared my life, career, physique transformation openly, and I've connected with so many women who needed to hear exactly what I had to say. Sharing has brought motivation, solace, education, and at times has made some women feel like they weren't alone and would always have my love, support, mentorship, or the ability to come to me for a good venting session. Sharing my most vulnerable stories and being open and honest has strengthened me and helped me find my path too. Steps to prep. Number 1, the No Pain, No Gain November Challenge is where I'll be for the next 5 weeks, getting my body into its finest shape. When I get to the operating room, I need to be at my ideal body, with only that little bit of excess skin to remove. I need to be healthy and ready for my body to do its best healing. I need to get that heavy lifting out of my system so that mentally I am ready for 8 weeks of lifting and golf downtime. I need to solidify my positive vibes support system to help me through whatever this process turns out to be. At the moment, I have over 30 women to hold accountable and who will also have my back in rocking the crap out of November. And while for me it's prep for my surgery and recovery, for them it is prep for a challenging holiday season. Number 2, stay positive, serve others. Give a shout if you need anything. If you want to join my crew and I in getting healthy, strong, energized, confident, or just give a shout if you're interested in partaking in some kind of plastic surgery and need somebody to talk to. I'm happy to be here to answer questions, and if you have any questions about my journey, be sure to ask them. I'm always happy to answer.